Yes. So in the last class we have discussed what is demand, law of demand, determinants of demand, that is the factors affecting the demand for a commodity, as well as movement along a demand curve and shift in demand, right? So that is shift in demand is either increase in demand or decrease in demand, and movement along a demand curve was the change in quantity demanded of a commodity, right? Downwards it is extension and upward it is contraction of a demand, that is keeping other things constant. When only price of that product increase or decrease, what happens to that quantity of the commodity? That was discussed in the movement along a demand curve. And shift of demand curve means what you can say, like keeping like movement of all other factors, what will happen to the demand, that is whether the demand will increase or decrease. So it was shown with a rightward shift and a leftward shift. Rightward shift indicates increase in demand and leftward shift indicates decrease in demand. So now we have to move on to a very important concept called elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand, as the word suggests, elasticity means some degree. Okay, it is a degree of responsiveness to how we what you can say, how we react to the changing price of the commodity. You know, when the price of the commodity changes, quantity demanded of the commodity changes, but to how much extent it changes, that we actually measure in the elasticity of demand. So elasticity of demand is the degree of responsiveness to change in price of the product to its quantity demanded. I hope it is clear. Once again I am repeating, elasticity of demand means it is the change in responsiveness or degree of responsiveness to change in price and what is the resulting change in quantity demanded of a commodity. So you all know, we have learned in law of demand that whenever price increases or decreases, quantity demanded will increase or decrease. Okay, so we have to know to how much extent it will increase or decrease. That is actually we measure in the elasticity. So you have three methods to find out elasticity. First one is percentage method, second one is geometric method, and third one is expenditure method. And in your syllabus you have to look through only percentage method, but still I am giving you an idea of what is geometric method also, and you don't have to worry about expenditure method. So we have to look through what is percentage method in detail, and you have numericals also for like in that method, and I have just given a glimpse of what is geometric method also. And coming to the percentage method you are actually using a formula to find out what is elasticity of demand. So elasticity of demand you actually represent with ED. Okay, capital letter E and small letter D, and elasticity of demand you represent as ED. So you have 5 degrees given there. Okay, so that is 5 degrees given there. Those 5 degrees can be perfectly inelastic demand, perfectly elastic demand, more elastic demand, less elastic demand, and unitary elastic demand. So these are the 5 degrees of demand that you have to learn in the percentage method. Before that I have to go through the formula of percentage method. So percentage method formula is percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. So percentage change in quantity demanded is delta Q by delta P into P by Q. So that is the formula, percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. So that this is delta symbol, delta denotes a change. So percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price, and it can be rearranged as the percentage change means it is delta Q by Q into 100, and percentage change in price means delta P by P into 100. So both of that will be 100 will be getting cancelled, and by rearranging you will get a formula like this, delta Q by delta P into P by Q, whereby delta Q is change in quantity, delta P is change in price, P is original price, Q is original quantity demanded. So this is the formula for finding elasticity of demand, that is price elasticity of demand through percentage method. So this is the method, and we will be doing the numericals on which you have to use this formula to find out the elasticity of demand. And I have to tell you one more thing. This is actually we are learning about price elasticity of demand. You have two other more elasticities to learn in demand, that is income elasticity of demand as well as gross elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand means here in price elasticity we are learning about how quantity demanded change due to change in price. And in income elasticity of demand we actually learn when income of the consumer increases or decreases, what happens to the quantity demanded of the commodity. Actually we have learned it as a normal good, that is whenever income increases, quantity demand also gets increases, right? So income elasticity of demand is also there, and it is just like you find out the formula for price elasticity, and wherever you see P you have to replace it with Y, that is percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in income, and income you represent as Y in economics. So that is delta Q by delta Y into Y by Q. That is the formula for finding out income elasticity of demand. That is not there in the syllabus, but I have to just mention it. And cross elasticity means that is the availability of substitutes and complements, that is other goods. So that is cross elasticity of demand. So whatever, like if close substitutes are available, what will happen to the demand for this commodity? So if it is elastic or inelastic, that is actually we are finding out through cross elasticity. So these are three types of elasticities, that is price elasticity, income elasticity as well as cross elasticity. Okay, so we are actually now we have to learn only about price elasticity, and in that we have to learn in detail about percentage method. And now we have to look through what is percentage method in detail, and we have to look through the numericals on the percentage method also, that we will be doing in the last of the class. So we will be discussing about the numericals. Now this formula is very clear to you. Now we have to just apply this formula to the questions. That is it. Next I have to deal with the next 5 degrees of demand, that will be dealing with in the next video.